Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English, and this is Mukesh Soni. Friends, in this video we shall have the discussion of the second semester B.Sc B.Sc generic English question paper, that is the July 2024 examination question paper of Bangalore University. This is the BU question paper, and the BNU students can also use this question paper as the practice paper, because both BU and the BNU have the same syllabus. So BNU students, you can apply, you can use this question paper as a practice paper. And for the BU students, this is the 2024 examination solved question paper. Let's begin it. So the section A consists 40 marks from the workbook, and the very first question which is appeared here, you need to summarize the given passage in the 75 to 100 words, and you need to give a suitable title. So you can pause the video and you can answer this question. You can pause the video and you can read the content on the screen. So this is the second passage, and after we can give the title to this passage as the book's treasure of knowledge, and you need to summarize in the maximum 100 words. And don't forget, this is for the 5 marks. This is a 5 marks question where you need to give the title of the passage as well as you need to summarize the passage in 75 to 100 words as per the instructions. Now the second question you have here, again a passage is given and you need to read the passage and you need to answer the following question. So when we read this passage, we need to find out a word which means connect. So we find here the word link. So what is this word is here? This is the word here that means connect, link. Then write antonym for the word imbalance. So what is the word here from the passage which is the antonym of imbalance? That is equilibrium, equilibrium. So this reading passage, you need to answer here 2 marks questions, 1 plus 1. Next question you have here, write an appropriate prefix or suffix to the given words. Prefix or suffix to the given word here. So we have the word measure. For the measure, we can add here suffix as measurement, prefix as mismeasure or remeasure. Suffix for the word peace is the peaceful. So that is for 2 marks. Next question, you need to choose the appropriate word or the phrase to fill up the blanks here. So Hitler's reign, R-A-I-N or R-E-G-I-N, was filled with a lot of bloodshed. What is the answer? R-E-I-G-N. That's the correct answer. Next, after careful or cautious consideration, we decided not to go with that idea. So what is the answer? After careful consideration. So this is how you need to answer here. That's for 2 marks. Next, you need to frame the 2 sentences by using the following word with the different meaning. The 2 sentences you need to frame here where the word cell should give the 2 different meanings. So let's see. The prisoner was kept in the dark cell. Here the cell is a noun. The 2 prisoners had celled together for 3 years. So here this is as the verb. So from the noun as a noun and as a verb. That's for 2 marks. Next question you have here, you need to read the passage carefully and you need to answer 5 questions based on the passage. So there will be 5 questions based on this passage. Each question will have the 1 mark weightage. You can pause the video and you can read the passage. So like this, you'll be having 5 questions. So you can pause the video and you can go through these questions. Next question you have here, these questions you have from the listening skills and communication skills. Listening skills means to say the meaning of listening, types of listening, barriers to listening, difference between listening and hearing, and communication, verbal communication, non-verbal communication. So I have done a very special video on this topic. You can watch my videos on communication skills, verbal, non-verbal, and listening skills. The links are in the description box. So you have here 5 questions, and out of 5 questions, you need to opt only 3 questions. Each question has the 2 marks weightage. So very first question you have here, mention any 2 physiological barriers to listening. So hearing impairment and fatigue. Hearing impairment and fatigue are the 2 physiological barriers. Physiological means to say which is from your body. Your body creates a kind of barriers to the listening. Give two examples of bad listening practices. One is interrupting the speaker. Second is pseudo listening. Pseudo listening means fake listening. Simply you nod your head when someone asks you, are you listening to me? Just say, yes, I am, but you are not listening. What is biased listening? It's a listening practice where the listener hears only what they want to hear, selectively focusing on the aspects of the conversation that confirm their preconceived notions or opinions. Simple one, what you become very selective listener. You become very selective in such case. Next question we have here. What is written communication, and give an example? Written communication involves the usage of written words to convey messages, information, or ideas. This form of communication can be in the form of emails, letters, reports, articles, or any other written document. For example, an email sent by a manager to the team outlining the task and the goals for the upcoming week. So that's an example of written communication. Fifth question, what do you mean by paralinguistics? Paralinguistics refers to the aspects of spoken communication that do not involve words. These include the tone of voice, the pitch, the volume, the speed, and the intonation, as well as the non-verbal sounds like sighs, laugh, and the pause. That's the meaning of paralinguistics. So out of these 5 questions, you are going to opt here only 3 questions, and each is for 2 marks. So that is for the 6 marks weightage. Now we have here the reported speech. You need to change the following paragraph into reported speech, that is from direct to indirect speech, and that has a weightage for 3 marks. I have done a video on direct indirect speech. You can watch my videos link in the description box. Then what's the answer of this question? Mohan expressed admiration for Bharat's ability to speak Hindi very well. Bharat responded modestly that he ought to know it since he had learned it in school, and his mother was from Delhi. Mohan then remarked that it was fine and expressed his wish to learn Hindi with Bharat's help. So you can see here this past tense we are changing to past perfect. Past tense learned, past tense has become a past perfect. That's for 3 marks. Next question you have here, speech writing. You need to write the speech. So for the speech writing, I have done special videos on speech writing, welcome speech, vote of thanks. You can watch my videos. The links are available in the description box. In the examination, you have a choice, either welcome speech or vote of thanks. And the speech writing is for 3 marks. So we have a situation here. You have invited Mr. Rahul, a famous cricketer, for inaugurating intercollegiate athletic meet in your college. Prepare a welcome speech for this occasion. So obviously, in the very beginning, we greet the audience. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It's my great honor and privilege to welcome you all to the inauguration of our intercollegiate athletic meet. Today, we are not just gathered here to witness the culmination of months of hard work and dedication by our athletes, but also to celebrate the spirit of sportsmanship and cora- sorry, camaraderie, camaraderie and excellence that defines our college. Mr. Rahul, Mr. Rahul is in the world of cricket, and he's a testament to what one can achieve with unwavering determination and hard work. He has not only brought, 1 minute, let me move it up. Yeah. Mr. Rahul's journey in the world of cricket is a testament to what one can achieve with unwavering determination and hard work. He has not only brought glory to our nation with his exceptional performances, but has also set a remarkable example of young athletes everywhere. Once again, I extend my warm welcome to Mr. Rahul and to all of you present here today. Let us look forward to an exciting and memorable athletic meet. May the best athletes win, and may this event strengthen the bonds of friendship and sportsmanship among us all. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So in option to this question, you have a vote of thanks, As a president of English club of your college, prepare a vote of thanks on the occasion of literary fest held at your college. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this remarkable literary fest, I am filled with immense gratitude and pride. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Rahul, whose inspiring words and presence have truly elevated this event. Your insights have been guiding light for all of us passionate about literature. A special thanks goes to our dedicated faculty members and organizers who worked tirelessly behind the scenes. Your commitment and enthusiasm have brought this festival to light, making it a memorable experience for everyone involved. To all the participants who have showcased their creative talents and engaged in thought provoking discussions, your contributions have made this fest vibrant and meaningful. Your creativity and dedication are truly commendable. Finally, to our audience, your support and enthusiasm have been the driving force behind this event. It is your engagement that fuels our passion for literature and encourages us to strive for excellence. Thank you all for being a part of this celebration of words and ideas. We look forward to many more such enriching experiences together. So this is how you need to draft the word of thanks or the welcome speech. Watch my special video on this topic. And this question is for 3 marks. Next question you have here, which I have not given any answer. 1 minute. Yeah. Write an essay. Essay means a short essay on any one of the topics. You have these 3 topics. You need to select any one topic. When you're drafting an essay, keep in the mind those 4 key points. Key points. One is the title of the essay, introduction, body of the essay, and conclusion. So do prepare. You have to prepare by yourself because the creativity, the word power, the thought process differ from person to person, and obviously the same topics will not be given, but for the sake of practice you must prepare. This question, essay writing, is for 5 marks. So, and the last question we have from your question paper is here, dialogue writing. Write a dialogue between a media correspondent and the author of the book on the release of a new book. So that's for 5 marks, and minimum you should make 10 dialogues, 10 dialogues, 2 into 5. There are 2 speakers, 2 into 5. 10 dialogues you should prepare. Use the question tags, use the punctuation marks properly, and you can get the marks. Then in option to this, you have a question. Fill up the dialogue. You need to complete the dialogue by filling up the blanks. So you can go through it, and this is the answer which I have tried here to fill the blank. The first one refers to this, second one refers to this, third, 4, and 5. So this is how this for 5 marks. I'll suggest you to complete the given dialogue, because based on the previous or the next dialogue, you can easily make it. For example, may I help you? How may I help you? He says, sir, I have not got my first sem result. You need to visit the university. Then he says, whom should I meet? And he says, the exam section. Then he asked, what may be the reason for the delay? He says, it may be the technical error. How many days will it take, sir? 1 or 2 days. Thank you, sir. And you're welcome. I've forgotten to mention, you're welcome. So based on the first and the next one, we need to assume that what questions may be asked and how the answer has been perceived here. So dialogue writing, 5 marks. Attempt this kind of question, complete the given dialogue. So this is how we have 40 marks questions from the workbook. So do well, give more time to the workbook, concentrate with patience. You solve the answer, you may get 40 out of 40. Now the next section we have here 20 marks questions from the course book. And we have 5 lessons in the course book. You can watch all my videos on those 5 lessons. All the summary question answers videos have already been done. You can see the links in the description box. 5 question papers I have solved. You can find the links of these question papers in the description box. Let's begin it. So here you have 2 marks, 5 questions, and 5 marks, 2 questions. That's it. You don't have 10 marks questions. So answer any 5 questions of the following in 2 or the 3 sentences. Each question has a weightage for 2 marks. Question number 1. What is the effect of acid rain on the forest in Earth Never Dies? The acid rain has made the forest bald, baldy or bald. Then, when did the poet recall his friendship? The poet recalled his friendship during his darkest hour, seeking solace and support during the difficult time. Who is the culprit of friendship as mentioned the bonds of friendship? The pursuit of separate interest. The pursuit of separate interest is the culprit of friendship. Then the well, which is mentioned in the story, a corpse in the well, was frequently used by the villagers. No, it's a false statement. Then we have next question. Why did the boy scream when he saw his father slide down the rope in the story A Corpse in the Well? Because he saw a snake slithering in the water in the well towards a corpse. Corpse means dead body. What is the bitter feeling of the city dwellers of new capital towards the refugees? They were afraid that all would starve if they fed the refugees even a little. Question number 7, the last question for 2 marks. They were the refugees in indifferent. They were the refugees indifferent. Refugees indifferent. Why were the refugees indifferent to the sights in the new capitals as they walked through the streets? They were desperate and felt hungry like aliens and lost amidst the concrete buildings, sidewalks, and streets. So these are the 2 marks questions. Now we are moving to the 5 marks questions, which we need to answer in a paragraph or in a page. How does the poet depict the state of the dying earth in the poem in the lesson Earth Never Dies? In the poem Earth Never Dies, the earth is still being personified as a human. He connects pollution to human having a bladder infection. A lake being killed by the arsenic urine from the bladder for profit factories, parting waters. Throughout the stanza, the poet creates lifelike imagery of the harmful waste productions from factories spreading like poison in our lakes, in our streams, eventually ending up in our seas. And just like a sickness, oceans will figuratively start to cough and become sick, filled with the toxic waste products. The end product of this event would be the acid rain, according to the poem. That's the result. The poet also gives an example of the acid rain so strong it taints the clouds and the storms down so sharp it cuts branches in half and killing all animals in sight. He uses the various amounts of visual images and figurative language to point out the environmental suffering through human-like and environmental activities. The usage of the active verbs like lynched, slaughtered, mauled, killed, staggers, cuffing, wailing, chilling, reducing, and amputated, and the adjectives like arsenic, poisoned, sickly, balding, they're all present in the first part of the poem, and they are the negative visual and the auditory images that illustrate the deep state of gloom that the environment is presently in. This contrast with the positive usage of the active verbs and the adjectives could be seen in the second part of the poem, where the mood is quite festive mood, and the verbs are very positive verbs like rise, twittering, dancing, rock, drink, tumbles. They all indicate the visual, auditory imagery, and they are the suggestive of regeneration and ties in smoothly with the poet's defiant cry of the refrain, Earth never dies. Second question, comment on the embarrassing situation faced by Ivan in the story, The Death of a Government Clerk. So I have given a brief summary to answer this question, which will fit to any question in the future. One fine evening, Ivan, the clerk, attends a performance of the comic opera, The Bells of Cornwall. Almost immediately, Ivan is gripped by a sudden need to sneeze. He had to sneeze. He delivers a forceful chew. That means the sneeze. Quickly checks around to see if he troubled anybody. At first, he becomes content, but then he realizes that the part of his sneeze has landed on the bald spot and neck of General Bridgehello. The general is a high government official, and Ivan is horrified to realize his devastating social blunder. When the clerk begs the general to excuse him, 𝙬𝙧 brushes the incident off, saying nothing at all, and asks to be left alone so he can enjoy the opera. Ivan becomes increasingly embarrassed and anxious. He appeals to the general once again for forgiveness, and 𝙬𝙧 adamantly insists that he stop mentioning it. Ivan is not satisfied. He continues to worry and agonize over this situation. Ivan goes home, tells his wife about his encounter with the general. Initially, she's very alarmed, and later she calms down, finding out that 𝙬𝙧 serves in the different department. She encourages her husband to visit the general and apologize him once again, very formally. Ivan is still anxious and noting that the general didn't say a single sensible word in response to his earlier apologies. Ivan goes out the next day to see 𝙬𝙧. He puts on a new uniform and gets a haircut before arriving at the general's residence. There are already several petitioners seeking their own audience with 𝙬𝙧, but Ivan inserts himself into their company and once again recounts the story of the sneeze at the opera. The general interrupts him, referring to the story as nonsense and moving on to the next petitioner. Ivan is undaunted. He resolves to continue making his apology. When the clerk approaches the general once again, 𝙬𝙧 looks pained and claims that Ivan is mocking him. He then closes the door, leaving Ivan in further unresolved anguish. Walking home from this encounter, Ivan decides to write a letter to the general. He thinks about what to say, but cannot find the right words. He goes back to his original plan to visit 𝙬𝙧, hoping that once again, trying to explain in person will get him the desired result. Upon his next visit, Ivan insists that he is not making fun of the general. Instead, he wants to apologize for spaltering 𝙬𝙧 at the opera. This time, the general is very angry. He screams at the clerk, demanding him to leave. He stamps his feet and trembles in anger, all of which reduces Ivan to whimpering, frightened situation. The final confrontation has a physical effect on Ivan. Something bursts within his stomach and he backs towards the door senselessly. He ultimately goes home, no longer thinking about what he's doing. Without even taking off his uniform, he lies down and Ivan dies. Next, third question we have here, comment on the theme of the poem Bonds of Friendship. The poem Bonds of Friendship is composed by Craig Burkholder. He published this poem first time in the social media in 2014. It's about the reunion with a childhood friend. This poem was written for a very special childhood friend that he reconnected with after many years. He was experiencing turmoil from a tragic personal situation, and she was always suddenly introduced to the poet's life. She's an amazing listener and friend, and he will always love her. He observes a keen shine in her eyes, and the friendship was fast and real. As far as the narrator's friend's virtue and appeal is concerned, they are soft words and humor, respectively. The narrator recalls that they grew together, shared their happiness, unhappiness, and dreams. In their childhood, they shared the dreams, but as they grew, they pursued their interest. So, as we grow up, our choices and our priorities determine the nature of our friendship. The narrator says that his friend's heart was pure and kind, her smile was sweet and innocent, her wit was well refined. Next question we have here, that's the last question for 5 marks. Give an account of the plight of the refugees as narrated in the story, The Refugee. Pearl S. Buck points out that life is very difficult for refugees, that they encounter many difficulties and barriers in life with bravery. This short story shows the importance of food and hardships in refugees' life through various incidents. In the story, we see that refugees worked for the low wages in order to fulfill their needs, and their uncontrollable hunger made them eat the seeds which they kept for planting, and they did whatever they could do to. The author compares these refugees to the dead people who looked so exhausted and faint. Due to the flood, the old man had lost his son and daughter-in-law. Owing to the flood, refugees lives sorry due to the flood the old I'm sorry due to the flood, the refugees lives have become economically very unstable. The refugees primary need was to fill their hunger. So in this short story, the old man was not aware of the next meal of the day, so he was saving it for the future needs. He should have used a silver coin to relieve his hunger. His thinking of saving the silver coin reveals a futuristic vision, and he wants to satisfy the appetite of many for the coming days. Through this, he will rebuild a better future for the refugees. Refugees, so the silver coin which was given to him by a passerby, he doesn't use it. He is going to use to buy the seeds so that he'll grow the crop. So the other important theme of the story is the importance of humanity. The poet underlines the significance of humanity in his work. Humanity plays an important role in the lives of all. The poet expresses the word humanity through the character, the vendor. The vendor of noodles offered the old man a cup of noodles for the copper coin. Everyone should have the quality that gives strength to the relationship. The old man takes a small bowl of noodles and draws it near his grandson. His only living family member, that's only one person is left out, that's his grandson, was along with him. After the boy finishes the noodles, the old man licks the few bits that are stuck to the side of the bowl to feed himself. So friends, this is how I try to solve the question paper of BU 2024 examination question paper, second semester, BCA, B.Sc, Generic English, NEP syllabus. For more videos, I request you to click my YouTube channel's playlist, or you can just have a look in the description box. You will get all the videos link. I wish you good luck for the forthcoming examinations. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Thank you so much.